It may be pouring rain outside right now, but that's not gonna stop us from making some Christmas themed desserts. Today, we're going to be making gluten-free, vegan, gingerbread cookies. Step number one, let's weigh out our 1-to-1 gluten-free flour. So the first time that I made this recipe, it says 218 grams of 1-to-1 gluten-free flour. That was definitely 1000% not enough flour at all. Like, it was so wet and sticky, I could not even like make the cookie dough work. Like, it literally, I had to add an extra quarter cup, so I added an extra 40 grams, and then I was able to flour the surface and the rolling pin and make it work. I'm gonna just start off with 218 plus 40, and I'm gonna round it up to 260. Perfect. Let's add the rest of our dry ingredients except for sugar. 1 teaspoon of ginger. Mine's a little chunky because I don't use it very often. 1 teaspoon cinnamon. Again, I'm okay with heaping things and overflowing things when it's certain ingredients, not like when it's salt. So we need 1/2 teaspoon of salt to finish off. Let's give it a little mix together. The reason I say extra heaping with the cinnamon and ginger is because I love cinnamon. Sometimes even just add it to my chocolate chip cookies because it's just so good. I feel like unless it's something savory, like you kind of can't overdo cinnamon anyways. And then the ginger too, like meh. So our next step now is to start our wet ingredients. Step number 1 is we're going to beat our butter and sugar together. So we have 1/2 cup of vegan butter. I'm using Baicel block butter today. 75 grams of white sugar or cane sugar. 75 grams of brown sugar. Now let's beat until light and fluffy. To this, we're going to add 1/4 cup of molasses. And I'm just using fancy molasses. And 1/3 cup of unsweetened coconut yogurt. Now I had mine frozen into little 1/3 cup pucks, so mine was just defrosted from the freezer. We're going to beat again until combined. Next step, we're going to add our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. And we're going to mix it together until it becomes a dough ball. All right, so we're still quite sticky, as you can see. However, I'd like to think it is less than the first time because I did add an extra 40 grams of flour. Regardless, let's go ahead with our next step, which is to put some plastic wrap down and then roll it into a ball and put it in the fridge. Honestly, this is already better because the first time I made it, it was sticking so horribly just even to the plastic wrap. So we're just gonna keep it into its little shape here. And then I'm gonna toss it in the fridge for 30 minutes to 1 hour. It has been 1 hour that our dough has been in the fridge, so let's take a peek and see what it looks like. Grab some flour. And I'm gonna be pretty generous with it because this is a very sticky dough. I'm also going to put a bunch on my rolling pin. Just beware, we're gonna need a lot of extra flour. Keep 1/2 of it over there, and then we're just going to kind of knead it or roll it into a ball. Then we can really know the texture if it's too wet still, but it's seeming actually pretty good. So much better than the first time I made it. Alrighty, now I made these the first time like way too thin and they were horrible. Well, they weren't horrible, they just weren't that good. It said 1/4 inch, so I think that's about correct. I think I just miscalculated how thick 1/4 inch really is. I like my gingerbread cookies nice and thick. Just found these today for like $1 something at Bulk Barn. I didn't have any Christmas cookie cutters, so hopefully these don't stick too badly. That's not too bad. So we have gingerbread men. And if they are sticking, like you can always just put some flour on your cutters. And then I also got a Christmas tree because I thought that would be cute and also useful in the future. Perfect. Now what we can do is take away all of the outside dough, and it is still a little sticky, which is totally fine. You can always just keep adding more of the gluten-free flour. No big deal. Voila! So we're aiming for this kind of thickness. And don't be afraid to even using a flour where like when you punch the shape out, it actually just like picks up in the cookie cutter. Totally fine. My last cookie is just going to be a circle like this because this is the last amount of cookie dough. If I cut another shape, like the little bits and bobs at the end are not going to be worth cooking. They're not going to cook, they're just going to burn. Here is our final tray. I have 3 more on another tray, but it made 14 cookies. Some are probably like a little thicker than the others, but I think they look amazing. I've preheated the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit and I'm going to put them in for 12 minutes. It has been 12 minutes and y'all, our cookies are looking beautiful, absolutely stunning. As you can see, there's no flour or anything. All right, once they're cool, we're going to decorate them. Of course, do whatever you want. You can make royal icing. I don't have a recipe for it. I haven't had much luck with it. However, I have a great buttercream recipe. I made this a couple days ago, so I just have white left, but I'll link it here. I think that buttercream is just fine to use because that's usually what you decorate like gingerbread houses with anyways. But after a couple days, this gets like so hard to squeeze. I also include a picture at Bulk Barn. I found this royal icing mix, which looked amazing. I'll show you all the inside. And it was egg-free, gluten-free, everything. It was awesome. I just didn't buy any. There's our inside. They are nice and soft. Our bottom, beautiful. I'm making chili, so just like ignore the background. And they're a little bit like crispy on the edge. Chewy. I never really liked gingerbread. Like, I didn't think I liked gingerbread. These are so good. So good. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.